Oh, I better change. Hello, ladies. Oh, not me. Hold on a second. I'm not as technically as I thought. Look, there we go. Well, welcome to Lengro's Beginner's Guide to Crystals. But before we go on, guys, I've got to just stop and say, Jack, what an amazing Beneath the Covers we just watched, and I accidentally got pulled onto and haven't done my hair.
I got thrown off in the middle of it all. It's so bizarre because that's never ever happened before. And I was thinking, oh no, is Derek like, is he annoyed? Have I asked the wrong question?
Oh my goodness, what happened?
He was just letting you know he was there, that's all, Jack.
Yeah.
He was just letting you know that he was watching.
The weird thing is everybody, like, I think everybody could see me, but I couldn't see anything. So yeah. I hope I didn't look panicked.
No, you were fine. You're so glamorous, Jack. It doesn't matter if you freeze. It's never a bad look. It's not like you've got resting anything face at this time, right?
Exactly.
But you know, I'm just going to switch on my rose quartz lamp that I've got here to get in the mood.
Lovely. Well, I'm afraid that we have a rather boring background this evening as well, because I didn't have time to load the background because Jack had a technical hitch. But I have got some photographs loaded. And guys, Sam, tell everybody, what can they expect this evening?
Wow, what can you expect from any Lengro Live? Let's be honest. Who knows? Ideally, we're here to talk about gemstones and what they can do for you and how you can find them, how you can cleanse them. But, you know, you never know what's going to happen with a Lengro Live.
Exactly.
So
I might get
you may go off on one.
Exactly. Now, listen, can I start, ladies, as well? And I'm going to read from my script as well, if that's okay, because the information that we're giving you is very, very important. But first of all, let me just bring up a picture to whet your appetite. There you go. A little bit of gemstone heaven. But ladies and gentlemen, did you know, ladies, crystals have been used since the beginning of humankind with the use of a talisman or an amulet. And the oldest amulets found are made of amber. And some are as old as 20,000 years ago. That's the end of the Ice Age, Jack, if you didn't know. In fact, amber beads were also discovered in Britain from 10,000 years ago as well. Amulets were actually banned from the Christian church in 355 AD, but gemstones continued to play a very important role. The ancient Egyptians used gemstones on their jewelry, but also carved grave amulets. Can you believe that? Grave amulets. They predominantly used crystals for both protection and also for health. The ancient Greeks used crystals for many different ailments, which is why many of the names we use today are of Greek origin. Sam, you're like this one. For example, amethyst means not drunken, which was used as an amulet to stop hangovers and drunkenness.
Hang on, I need to go and find some amethyst now. Hang on.
I've got my amethyst here. That's why
I'm
I'm
sorted.
Ask you two to have it. Do let us know, guys, if you've got any feedback as well when we're talking. The ancient Greeks, of course, associated hematite with the god of war, Ares, and would rub themselves with hematite before battle. Jade has always been highly valued in ancient China, and 1,000 years ago, Chinese emperors were buried with jade armor. Around the same time, ancient Mexico were burying their dead with masks of jade. And the New Zealand Maoris from around 250 years ago passed down jade pendants through generations, but only through the male line. And greenstones are still considered lucky in parts of New Zealand today.
Oh,
I need to go to New Zealand then. Not that anything's being
We're not
asked
allowed.
to me, but
You need to get
I do have I have a
yeah.
lot of greens. That's a good point. Yeah, lockdown. Oh, there you go, Clay. You're all prepared. You've got a green mug.
Mine's a little bit Shrekky. It's not jade. I'd rather have a jade mug than a Shrek one, but you got to love a Shrek.
Well, do you want to hear about the celebrities and crystals?
Yep, love to.
Love to hear about
Do you know, like, because crystals are very on trend at the moment. They're considered must-have accessory, and they've been popping up on the catwalks, in the handbags, and around their necks, and even down their bras. But Kim Kardashian, she used healing crystals to help her recover when she was robbed at gunpoint in Paris a few years ago. And everybody visiting her would bring her crystals. So she decided to learn about the crystals. And then when she was designing the packaging for her fragrance line, she decided to incorporate the whole crystal vibe and put that into the packaging. And then Kate Hudson, she puts her moisturizers and her creams on top of crystals to give them a boost of energy, because apparently that energizes all your moisturizers. Victoria Beckham, she incorporated crystals on one of her fashion collections in secret pockets, which were sewn into the garments. And she also clipped them onto the belt loops, trousers and things. She loves crystals and always carries them around with her. Her first crystal was a black obsidian, which she still carries around with her everywhere. And Adele was so nervous before her comeback show in 2016 that she held them in her hands while she was performing to stop her panicking.
Wow. Well, listen, if it's good enough for Victoria Beckham, but also I can't believe that's a picture of Adele. She doesn't look anything like Adele used to look, does she?
No.
You know,
if they don't get a haircut for a while. But if they're good enough for Adele to go on the singing, I think they're good enough for everyone, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Kirsten Ford agrees. Look, keeping a tumblestone in your bra is a good way to keep it on you. Lovely.
It is. The only thing I would say is go for a thumbstone or a worry stone in your bra, because it can lead to awkward questions, as I found out in my job at the moment, when somebody just suddenly started staring at my chest because there was a weird shape in my bra. So, you know, you do have to be careful with random shapes, but yeah, no, go for one of the flat ones. That'll be absolutely fine.
Was there loads of amethyst again for the hangover, Sam?
No, because I didn't know that interesting fact until now. Otherwise, I might just have to have it everywhere.
You're welcome.
So Sam, when we're first going to, say if we know nothing about gemstones or crystals at all, and we want to go and buy some crystals, we don't know which ones to get. How do we know which ones to get?
See, I always say when you go in anywhere at all, as in it could be a crystal shop, you could be at a holistic fair, you could be anywhere at all, or even a jewelry shop, and you happen to walk in and something just catches your eye, that's doing that for a reason. So those are the ones you sort of want to go for. So there are also different ways where if there is lots of crystals, as in if you're at a crystal fair perhaps, and there's lots of the same one, and you are more drawn to one than the other, or it feels a different temperature in your hand, because some of them do, those are the ones for you.
Because rose quartz, when I hold a rose quartz, it just gets really, really hot in my hand, really quickly.
It's supposed to have it. Yeah, it's supposed to have it, Jack. That's obviously what it is. But what about cleansing? Does anyone know how to cleanse their crystals?
Well, do we wash them? Is that how we?
Well, you can. Yeah, you can wash them, but not if they end in ite. Like I've got selenite here. I've got my lovely selenite moon, which I'm clearly not showing off very well.
I have selenite somewhere behind me. Yeah.
Yeah, can see it. I absolutely love selenite, but good golden rule: if it ends in ite, don't wash it. Don't connect it with water. It will not do it you any good. Same as amethyst. If you leave amethyst in the light, it will fade it. So you don't really want to do that.
How would we cleanse those then?
Well, lucky enough, selenite actually cleanses itself. So I personally do have a selenite charging plate. I have the hexagon one, which is on Leslie's shop. And it's also on Laura's shop as well, because that's where I got it from.
Amazing stuff in her shop. She really has.
I tell you, I spend way too much for that. I'm going to just start giving Leslie my paycheck every month, and I think it's just easier. It's literally about the size of my palm, and it's hexagon shape. It's got a beautiful design on there, and you literally just put your crystals on there just to charge it, or you can put it with, as I've got my selenite here. I've got some red aventurine here too, and you can just pop them next to it, and it will just cleanse it for you. So you don't have to worry about that at all. You can also cleanse it in the earth, but be careful that you don't forget where you buried it, because that can take a while. And I have done that recently. After one of our very own Amanda Waring ceremonies, I did put it in the ground, because it does take a while, and that's normally why you find random crystals if you're like, out in the street. But I can't find it 100%. So that crystal's obviously done with me. It's on to its next time.
That's your fault. That's your fault for hanging out with the Amanda Waring, isn't it?
And bad memory on my case. Obviously, that's what it was. I'm not sure where I buried it.
I'm just going to steal this a moment from Jack to lighten us up a bit, ladies. I'm sorry I was looking a little bit stony face there. I thought we looked a little bit black. So give me a moment, and I'm going to brighten the show up in just a second. Hold on a second. Keep going, Sam, and let me know it when it's my turn.
You can scratch them. Oh yeah, sorry, Jack. We've stolen.
You're stealing my background.
We've sort of gone into the rose quartz sort of colour there. That's very, very good. Anyway, you can smudge them with sage, by burning sage. Always works. Yep, there we go. Putting them out in the full moon, just on the windowsill if you don't have a garden. I mean, I'm quite lucky. I've got quite a big garden table, so I just chuck everything out there every full moon. Works every time. But remember to also get them back in, because I mean, I've got dogs, so goodness knows where they'd end up. But the ones that you can actually cleanse with the water, you can do it under running water, or you can do it in natural water, i.e. a stream or the sea, anything like that. But if you're running it under the tap, you can still do it under running water in the tap. Just for 60 seconds, it'll just cleanse it the same as every other way does, of all the past energy, and it's just bringing it ready to go again.
So you really do need to cleanse it then. You can't just, because for years I didn't realise about cleansing. I just left my stones just, as ornaments, just out.
I like to put them in a little nesting bag and take them down to Brighton Beach, and then just wash them in the seawater down there as well.
Yeah, the best way, in all honesty, is with natural water.
Yeah, or wash them, or you can also waft them through candles, like you say, or through the incense as well.
Maybe not with a bag though, because that's got fire risk all over it.
I wasn't going to use the bag. I was just giving a little bit of a hand motion. I'm very excited because I've not had a chance because we had a technical difficulty. So can I just say as well, if you can see at the bottom of our page here, Leslie Anthony, of course, is our crystal expert. So if we're not answering your questions tonight, we have specifically decided to get through certain problems that you all might be suffering from. So if you think we're ignoring you, please just head on the comments and do comment to Leslie, and she will comment straight back. She's quite quick, our Leslie, isn't she?
She's very quick.
Stereo, she's very quick. But how about wearing them? It can't just be me that has them as necklaces, and Claire actually, as necklaces. Obviously, I've got rings on as well, earrings. Literally bracelets. Yeah, you can wear them any way you possibly like. If it's, I would personally, if I had the money, as in Victoria Beckham's money, take a note out of her book and 100% just stitch pockets in all my outfits just to keep my crystals, because that would stop any embarrassing questions about shapes.
Yeah, of course, you could always do what Jack sent me the picture of, which is what Jack's bathroom looks like if you haven't seen it, guys.
Yeah, this is my bathroom.
Beautiful, yeah. Absolutely beautiful.
Jack,
I could see you with that as a bathroom anyway.
That's in Dubai.
All over it.
Yeah, that's in Dubai, and it's a $1 million bathtub made out of Amazonian rock crystals, sourced in Brazil and shipped to Italy, where they're carved. And this particular villas that they rent out have got one in each villa. All these amazing bathrooms.
Ooh,
incredible.
I'd love one of them.
That's on my bucket list for sure, to go and sit in that. Absolutely.
For no other reason to go to Dubai, just for that bathtub.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And a few other things as well. So, okay, so carry on, Sam. What are we up to next?
Oh, I was just going to say, I just saw a comment about which, not that we can go on planes particularly at the moment, but which crystal's good for travel. Howlite is always a good one. The same as snowflake obsidian is also very good one. Leslie, if you can think of any others that I've just missed there, obviously, you know everything about crystals, so just pop it up. But it's always worth just protecting yourself wherever you go. I always say if you've got one for travel, it should be whether you buy car, by foot, plane, wherever, boat. And however you're traveling, it should all be exactly the same.
That sounds like an Alita Adams song waiting to be sung. If only.
Well, I won't sing. You'll be fine. So how about emotions? What emotions are we covering?
Let me start with emotion, shall I, guys? So let me bring that up for you there. Of course, here we have a beautiful bit of amethyst. And amethyst, sorry, is that my part today? Is that my No, this is not my part. I'm going to be quiet now.
No, this is my part.
Jack's.
I tell you.
Well, amethyst is brilliant for alleviating anxiety, dispelling negativity. It attracts calming and positive vibes. It also helps with headaches. And they're particularly good for Pisces, Virgo, Aquarians, and Capricorns as well. Did you know? I love amethyst. I really do. I have lots of amethyst in my house.
Yeah.
It's also very good for hangovers, apparently, as we've just learned.
That's probably why.
I've always worn amethyst since I was very young, in rings, in bracelets. It was always my go-to, and something I was bought by family as well. So maybe they would know that as I got older I would like a drink. Who knew, eh? Or who knows? Let's get on to this little beauty, which is of course Rodnite. And guys, Rodnite is a stone of compassion that helps you to release what no longer serves you. It brings order to feelings of panic and helps you clear emotional scars from your past. Yeah, I got that in my pillow, I tell you.
If you're going to sleep with them, put them in your pillowcase, because you don't want any lost ones.
No.
People keep saying, "Oh, well, I sleep with crystals under my pillow." I'm just like, put them in a pillowcase.
Yeah.
Because if you're anything like me, you're going to lose them, like 100% down on the floor.
So it's better to sleep with them under your pillow, under your pillow, rather than just beside you.
You can do either, in all honesty. A crystal is just as good wearing it as it is placed near you. So I personally have them in the office. I have them in the bedroom. We do have random crystals hidden around the house, but Dad doesn't know that. But we do have them. But it doesn't matter whether or not you choose to wear them or hold them, or whether or not they are just with you. The energy still is the same. So you find if it's just next to the bed, absolutely fine. For me, if I want a good night's sleep, I stick Smokey Quartz under my pillow, and it knocks me out every time.
Oh,
love that.
I don't know why it works more under my pillow than next to my bed. Maybe because it's not a very big piece. Not sure, but it does knock me out straight away. But another one for anxiety is black tourmaline. It protects against any type of negative influence. It helps regain emotional stability and balance, and it helps to release any tensions and revitalize your energy. Maybe that's why I love that one. Not sure why. Always love a bit of black tourmaline. So how do we all feel about a bit of love? Do we all want to know what are the best ones for a bit of love?
I'd rather have a hot bath and a sandwich at the moment than a bit of love. But
if you're having a hot bath in that bath that Jack showed us, you'll be spot on.
Yes, but it includes self-love as well, remember?
It does indeed. Yes. You don't just, it could be love for family, friends, a lover. It doesn't have to necessarily be a significant other. You don't have to love them all the time. Don't worry about that.
Tell me.
Well, I always go with a bit of malcolite. It helps you to remove any self-sabotage and habits that you may have, and helps you give your best to any relationship that you have. It's always a good one to have, that one. What about you, Claire? What's your go-to for a bit of love or self-love?
This is my go-to for. This is what you need, ladies. A bit of green aventurine is for those on the dating scene, like me. Look, it can open your eyes and heart to all possibilities, right? And it's also considered a lucky stone. So take it on your next date. Or if I get taken on a date, I'll give it to you I'm dating, because they need a damn lot of luck to date me.
They would have to be very lucky there.
I can beat all your crystals, because I have got the ultimate love crystal, rose quartz, and I've got such a big one here. I've even got it in a lamp. It helps with self-love, compassion, opens you up to love and a connection, and it's actually one of the most well-known and loved crystals. You know, it's really, really popular. But I do love it, and when I hold it, it just gets hot straight away.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing. It doesn't matter what bit of rose quartz. It's
Okay.
100% chosen you, that crystal.
Yeah.
What about depression? How do
Yeah.
you know? There's a lot of people feeling down at the moment. Have we got anything for depression?
Can I just link this up?
Yeah.
After you've gone on that date, it didn't work out, and you feel depressed. That's what we're talking about, isn't it, ladies?
Yeah.
That
It is indeed.
bad depression. Yeah. Well, I think, let me just find this. There we go. There we have Leopardite. Could you say it properly for me, please, Sam?
Leopardite.
I have very focals on this evening. Thank you very much. But look at this. It is the most effective stone for stress relief, brings balance to us, especially when we feel overwhelmed emotionally. And I think we all do, don't we, as we're coming out of lockdown. So this stone is really good for worried during worried, stressful times. It also, guess what? It contains naturally lithium, which is used in anti-anxiety medication.
And the fact there's flat ones there, so those would actually be perfect. And I know that you have some of those in your shop.
In my bra, were you going to say, or in my shop?
No, in your shop, I was going to say. I don't know whether or not you have any in your bra. I'm going to attest to that.
I do indeed. But what about if we're still feeling negative, guys? What do you say?
Yes, so carnelian.
Yeah.
We got that dispels negativity, mental lethargy, and depression. It promotes positive life choices, vitality, and motivation. It calms anger, rage, and transforms negative emotions into happiness. So if you've been stuck in with your husband throughout the whole of lockdown and he's been driving you mad and you're full of rage, that is the perfect crystal to go for.
Even
Get a
Shrek,
big old rock.
just looking at that carnelian, look, there's almost a smile there, look.
Yes, that's obviously what's getting Shrek by, is that carnelian. That's obviously what he's going for.
Really
But I
is.
would always go for Smokey Quartz.
You had to take it smoky, didn't you, Sam?
I did have to go a little bit smoky. This is one of the most powerful grounding and purifying stones. It soothes anxiety, fear, apathy, and keeps our energy levels up. Maybe that's why I love it so much. It helps you to cope with depression and suicidal thoughts. Citrine is also good for that reason too. And if you're suffering from suicidal thoughts, there is help out there, so please contact somebody. If you are heading that way, there are so many people out there. Just just pick up the phone, go online if you're not ready to talk to someone, but help out is out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely love that. So we start to pick ourselves up. We start to feel a little bit more confident. What do we need behind us to make sure we build on that confidence, ladies?
Well, do you know what? I've never seen this stone and I haven't got it, but I really, really want to get this now. Garnet.
I have some. Look. This hang on, there we go. It's some there. But I've got a rose quartz pendant with a little bit of garnet in it as well.
Oh. It's great for bringing confidence, as it helps you to let go of unhealthy behaviour patterns like self-doubt. It brings a sense of peace and self-assurance. I think that's a great one to have at this sort of time, isn't it?
I do. And after that, what do we do when we have confidence? We say, sod it. No, sorry. Sodalite, a stone of peace. Hey, it calms the mind and eases panic. It also stops you from saying words wrongly. But more than that, sodalite stimulates self-confidence, self-expression, calms us, and releases tension and fears. Well, that's going to go in my pillowcase tonight.
It would have done anyway, just because you love the name. Let's be honest. You love that name, Claire.
I couldn't do it properly, could I? Come on. It was too quickly. It was wasted.
Well, we all know that my favourite go-to one for any sort of confidence issue is Tiger's Eye. But when I was doing research, I found another one which I did not know at all, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" Because I've got loads of this anyway. Jade, although it is considered. Go on.
Before you read out the meaning, I sent out 7 pieces of jade last week for followers. So there'll be a lot of followers I sent this to as gifts who want to know just what jade does for them. There you go. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Well, jade, although it is best known as the stone for good luck, it does bring confidence and clarity into your life, and it helps you realise when you're holding yourself back, which is always a good thing, and it helps you to achieve things that you've always wanted to do. So it just helps you go to your dreams. And what more could you possibly want than a stone that helps you actually realise what you want and helps you to go for it?
They're really pretty though, aren't they? They're a lovely colour.
They are. They're really beautiful indeed as well.
And as it was good enough for the ancient Mexicans and the ancient China, was it ancient China you said earlier, Claire? It was good enough for them, Chinese, sorry. If it was good enough for them, it was good enough for me. Just saying.
Indeed. And let's have a little look here. So yeah, just to recap, jade has always been highly valued in ancient China. And 1,000 years ago, Chinese emperors were buried with jade armor. Around the same time, ancient Mexicans were burying their dead with masks of jade, and the New Zealand Maoris from around 250 years ago passed down jade pendants through generations along the male line. I'm not so happy it was just the male line, though, are you? And these stones are considered lucky in parts of New Zealand still today.
Well, you know, it was 250 years ago. I think we kind of have to let it go that it was only going down to the men. I would hope that they are sharing it with the women now, because it is such a good...
I will forgive them for you, Sam. Only because I'm surrounded by gemstone love this evening.
Yes, 100%. And so is Jack. I mean, look at that beautiful lamp that she's got behind her.
So
after we have got all this confidence, because, you know, we are full of self-love and we are going for it, 100%, what do you think that anyone needs for a new beginning?
Oh,
because let's be honest, you know, a new beginning, anything. We're all starting something new now with the ease of lockdown restrictions.
Miss, I think I have. Can I go next?
Of course.
No, moonstone is the answer, Miss. It's perfect for helping you face life-changing decisions, nurtures you, and encourages you to reassess and rest, so you can visualize the beauty of life moving forward. And this stone teaches us to appreciate new beginnings and see them as a positive, you like this word, Jack, adventure.
I do like that word.
Very nice, that one. I like that.
Sam?
You can't beat a bit of moonstone. Yes, I am here. I just froze for a moment. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I would say, I don't know why I froze. It was just a random. Maybe it was Barney and his comb. Maybe he's just moved the signal.
Well, we are approaching Mercury turning retrograde, I think, on the 29th. And the sun does move into Gemini. Is it today, the 20th? Yes, today the sun moved into Gemini. So it's playing a few games. It's not quite sure which way it wants to go. So
I was just blaming Conehead down here on the floor, but sure, yeah, that's what it was. I just put it down to the natural satellite he's got around his head. Now it's decided to come and lay by me.
That's okay. We can begin. How can we begin again? What's a new beginning right now to sort that out?
Yeah, that's a good. Well, if I was going to go down, that would be the best way to do it, wouldn't it? Best segment of the show. I would always go with Tanzanite. It is a beautiful, beautiful crystal, as you can see there. It's an amazing, uplifting crystal as it encourages you to embrace life. It acts as a safety net and allows you to trust in life and love again. So especially if you are grieving, it is a good one there. It has a genuine supporting energy and it helps you to overcome fear, anxiety even, and then still enjoy life. Get my teeth back in a minute.
I love that. That really appeals to me. That does. It really does. What appeals to you for new beginnings, Jack Tyler?
Citrine. Now, this is a happy crystal and it inspires you to move forward with new plans, eliminate self-doubt, manifest success, boosts optimism, increases energy, and encourages laughter and fun. It's also very good for Geminis, Libras, Aries, and Leos.
Love that. Love that. Absolutely love that.
A bit of citrine. It is the happy stone. I do have some here, which I do have on a pendant.
Good.
But I absolutely love this one. It's one of my go-to ones.
Love that. We need to go back down the path now as well. Frankie Payne says that's just what she needs, citrine. Honeybee, I will be all yours at 9. So stop waving behind the camera. Thank you so much, but I love you. We are now going on to grief, which is what I'm getting off my daughter, ladies. So what would you recommend for grief?
Well, as she's a teenager, maybe moving home.
I think I've got about another 6 years before that happens. Being serious for just a heartbeat, because I can't do much longer than that, to be serious. for people that are dealing with grief, you know,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of death around. What do you reckon for grief? And what would you recommend as your go-tos, your favourite?
Good old rose quartz again. This reassuring stone helps you with all stages of grief. It helps you to be kind to yourself, releasing any feelings of guilt or blame that you may feel during the grieving process. This stone is a loving stone and builds up your feelings of passion and calm. It also supports deep inner healing. So that's a good one to heal the heart.
I'm just going to get a bit of my rose that I've got right here. Look. Mine is bigger than yours. That's my bit.
But mine's still big behind me here.
Yes. Oh yeah, Jack still wins.
And mine lights up.
Too.
Yeah.
But mine's movable. I can take mine out with me.
Yeah.
I think you
put it down your bra.
You walking along the street with that, wouldn't you? I mean, I would always go for amethyst if it comes to grieving.
Okay.
Just purely because it is a stone that soothes the body, it quietens the mind and softens the soul. It's a natural tranquilizer and is perfect for when you're feeling lost, overwhelmed, angry, and can help you move through the stages of grief.
Okay. When you said
I always think
you meant that for me, didn't you?
So I'm getting bitten by the dog. No, I did not. I was thinking if you've got any terrible teenagers, maybe slide the amethyst their way.
I think I have a whole bowl of amethyst clusters, like 20 pieces of the big bits, like Jack and you showed. I think I'm going to put them in a honeybee's bed. Right? I really do. I think
maybe under the bed because she won't know they're there. It'll be fine.
No, that's full of my shoes.
And Leslie's right. We do have some mojo bags for bereavement on your website, Claire.
You do.
So that's Barney walking into the wall.
Show us your gemstones that you've got on your rings. Can I just show you my older daughter's hand at the moment? Could you show them your hand, please, with all of your gemstones and your? Have you got? There, she's got her amethyst. She's also got some lovely turquoise there as well, which is enough to knock anybody out. That's why I let her have it. She wears about 4 different pendants with gemstones in as well. So my girls are absolute crystal princesses. They absolutely love it. So I was moving on to get a bit smoky again as well. So I was moving on to Smokey Quartz. There you go. It's got very strong grounding properties, making you feel stable and rooted even when your emotions are overwhelming. It's an anchor, guys. It helps you to process your feelings and, most importantly, balance your emotions. It helps with all stages of grief, which is handy to know, as it promotes healthy action and healing throughout the journey. And it also shifts negative energy and makes it into positive as well. Who doesn't want that?
I love that. Absolutely love that.
I do.
And it also does knock you out if you do need a sleepless night. If you've got a test the following day, that's also a good one.
Now,
when
listen,
up their GCSEs, maybe start doing that.
Exactly. Before we go on to the next one that we're talking about, let's just have a look at a few of the comments because I haven't been able to take a look at all of the comments as well. Leslie Anthony has been replying to you guys. We do have mojo bags in our shop for bereavement. Let me just bring up a banner as well, guys. I'm so sorry. I've got different banners here. Let me find our crystal one as well. There you go. There is where you can find all of the gemstones and crystals we're talking about tonight. And we're also offering a free gift if you spend over £20 as well. Let's have a little look. But of course,
there's so many nice bits on the shop, though. Honestly, there are so many nice bits.
Yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous, says Frankie Payne. I don't know whether Leslie Anthony is laughing at us or with us.
Not with us, it's Leslie. Come on.
Leslie Anthony, if you could let us know, Amber Redmond would like to know, what is the gem to use to get over my addiction to the computer? No, keep it on and keep watching us. We want you on the computer, don't we?
Although we do want to keep you, I do know which one is good for helping you kick a habit. Because there's one that I showed you earlier that I happen to have with me. Red Aventurine. It's one for determination. It creates a positive attitude, encourages you get up and go, and drive to complete a task. It helps you overcome obstacles and kick a habit.
Yeah.
So that is also a good one.
Yeah. Bringing up all the comments here. Somebody said Jade is their favourite as well. Nigel Porter in the North Pole is watching. Dad is doing better as well in hospital, so do send him our love as well. If you have missed anything that we've been talking about tonight, then you can play this back. But don't forget as well that you can also privately message or message on here the wonderful Leslie Anthony, who will sort out any of your problems. And of course, guys, you can put gemstones into lots of things. We even here at Lengro put them into my own branded bottles, and you can have anything that you want in here. I've got rose quartz in here for many, many reasons. Lucy Queen Aventurine. So what do you do? Where else do you put your gemstones, ladies?
Well, can I just say, Kirsten Ford said, do you have a shop in Brighton, Claire, or just online?
Just online, I'm afraid. At the moment, I'm taking a break from having shops to raise my last 2 kids that I've got and enjoy lunch with the ladies. So when I've had a shop, I've found that I've had to go in 7 days a week, because I love what I do as a living, so I'd be there all the time. So you also reach far more people. And as you may have learned from watching Lengro, we've got amazing followers in America, in Australia. And I've also seen that watching was a lovely Amy, I think it is, who we recently sent one of these bottles to all the way in Connecticut in America as well. So I can't reach enough people in Brighton. Yeah, we wanted to go wider and bigger. We really did. Okay, carry on, please. I've got to just wipe the top of my laptop because it's got rather wet.
Okay, we're looking at protection.
You know, you're supposed to keep the liquid in your bottle, right? You're not supposed to spill it everywhere. You're supposed to keep it in. That's obviously that hard water. That's what it is.
That was my tea, not the water. It was Shrek's fault.
Yes,
yeah. So protection, clear quartz. Now this is known as the master healer, one of the most dynamic crystals. It not only attracts positivity but deflects negativity. As this crystal does so much, make sure you set your intention clearly when using it. Oh, that's lovely. So you can wear it as a necklace as well.
Love that.
I do love that.
Yeah, this is what Lucy wears regularly as well. My daughter, Lulu Bella, as I call her, this is one of her favorites as well. Black obsidian, she absolutely loves. She believes, and it's true, it's a powerful and protective stone. It promotes inner strength and clarity. It calms, has a positive energy, and helps you on the bright side of life. And of course, as they believe for centuries as well, it helps to ward off evil spirits, ladies. And I'm not talking about gin and vodka, okay?
That's what the amethyst is for. Well, for me, if I'm looking for a protective stone, I always go back to trusty malachite because I do love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful stone anyway. It's a great protector when traveling, so it is another good traveling one there for the lady who asked earlier. It absorbs negative energies and pollutants from the atmosphere, and it redirects them away from you. So it's also to provide protection from accidents. So I think I might need some malachite armor because I'm so clumsy. I genuinely think that I may need to start walking around covered in that stuff. It genuinely does protect from accidents.
Oh, absolutely lovely. And Leslie Anthony, of course, is going to be on her crystal school at the Psychic Fair this Sunday at the South of England Showground as well. We've got, I think, about 100 items in our shop now as well, but we are going to be popping into the Private Members Club on Saturday night to answer some questions. So if you do put your question down here and Leslie doesn't get to you, we will address it on Saturday night in the club as well, where we've got a very special Lengro Live on Saturday night as well, haven't we, ladies?
We haven't it. So I'm just going to go and take Barney outside. I'll be back.
What's happening? For those of you that don't know, Sam's dog has just had a cone put on his head because he's been a little bit ill, been a little bit poorly, hasn't he, Jack? And he's trying to off, and that was a noise that you heard. And bless her, she was trying to look after him, and now she's taking him out. I feel really, really bad.
100%. He's just clumsy. Maybe I should put some malachite on him. Maybe that's what I should have been doing. Stick it on his collar.
Of
I
course.
might look into them, actually.
And some of you ladies may need protection because indeed, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday afterwards, Lee Lengro is coming into the private members club as well to meet all of the members and to get up close and personal with you all as well. But for now, that's the end of our gemstone special. If you didn't catch Beneath the Covers with the incredible Gwenna Cora, let's just take a moment before we go, Jack. What was that like, interviewing, the woman behind the great man?
Yeah, it was lovely because, we know so much about Derek. We've seen Derek so much, but, I think behind every great man is a great woman. So, she works tirelessly behind the scenes to let him shine. She did all the background work, all the admin stuff, arranged everything. And I think it was nice for her to come and talk about Derek and get her point across and, put some issues straight. So, it was lovely. She's lovely.
I definitely...
It was a great interview, Jack. It really was, wasn't it? It was absolutely...
She definitely got some information out that we hadn't heard before, didn't she?
Yeah.
See, Jack always gets straight in there. That's why she's such a good interviewer.
Oh, I was really getting into it, and then Facebook kicked me off. So,
and you know what? As it can only happen in live TV, I was sat over here because I arranged my gemstone tree. And then I got backache, so I went and sat on the sofa, and I had my hair up, started to get it down, and all of a sudden you said, "Can you come on, Claire?" So it was like, of course I can, but I've now lost that 20 minutes because I had like a mirror on one side, and I'm bringing up pictures, still got my slippers on, I still have my leopard skin trousers on from earlier on. I was supposed to get changed, so it's been a bit of a rushed one tonight, but I still think we got all of our facts there about gemstones out.
Can I just ask one quick question about gemstones?
Yeah.
So, we've got there's a smooth, shiny gemstones, and then we've got like the rough gemstones like these. Yeah. What is the difference? Is there a difference? Is one better than the other?
No, they're not better than the other. They're polished. When they are smoother, like my selenite moon, obviously it did not grow in this natural shape.
I did wonder.
Yeah, no, probably not. I don't think there is a moon tree. But 100%, they're not better than any rough selenite or anything else like that, or any of the rough gemstones. I mean, I have them in everything. They're just polished. That's the only difference.
So it's just preference. It's whatever you prefer.
Yeah, 100%.
I was just trying to get my big bowl out from under the table, and I can't without lifting the lid of my table to show you the whole difference of the gemstones that I've got in here. But you know what? We will be doing some more gemstone specials. We do hope. I mean, I like the rough kind because I like to.
So do I. I do. I prefer it. Yeah.
What about gemstones?
Yeah. As well.
I do, just because I think it's like essential oils. They connect with our nervous system and wake us up. And whether that's for better or worse, we then feel calmer or we feel more alive. That they help us deal with things. I think that things like smooth gemstones are very good for children who are doing exams. So, for instance, Lucy at the moment, she's got sort of more like worry stones. But the very first person who bought me the most amazing worry stone ones?
Go on, who?
You, Samuel.
Oh.
I didn't know. Thanks, I didn't know. But I just think they're genius. They're one of those things that you genuinely do. If you are, obviously we were talking about anxiety earlier, it's one of those things that takes your mind off of it. Just rubbing it between your thumb or, wherever, because you can get palm stones as well, not just thumb stones. But just rubbing it and taking your mind off of what you're actually anxious about. I just think they're absolutely genius.
I saw a post by Jan Bray, I think it was this week on Facebook, and it was about how to deal with stress. It said there's very simple recipes. It's about gemstones. It's about burning the right oils that connect to our nervous system. It's about taking that bath, making that cup of tea, grounding and having that walk, talking to friends, getting out to eat nice food. It's not that difficult. But even today, I was taken out for lunch by two of my best friends from school. In the morning, I woke up and I was burning oils, and now we're doing gemstones. And, all of those things, they do get you feeling back to normal, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing. I think with a lot of lockdown, people have chosen to start new things. But even when they are, anxious and we couldn't necessarily go out for a long time, going out for a walk, it was important that we still did those things because it's good for your mind. Just a quick reset. But that's what I use crystals for as well, and obviously your own oils.
You know what I've witnessed with most of my private clients towards the end of lockdown, horrifically so, self-neglect. And I think when we're suffering, sometimes we turn on ourselves, and there's clients who haven't brushed their teeth for 3 months, or haven't been outside, or they're still working from home. But it's almost like if you put the pain in yourself, it's showing how much you're suffering to yourself, but it's a signal to the world. But if you take care of those little things, you start to feel less anxious and more normal, and the world starts to feel less scary as well. And that's
that applies to mums as well. I think when you become a mum, you just concentrate on your family, and you do neglect yourself, and especially if you're working and things like that, it's difficult to find that balance. And I think it's really important to take time out for yourself, because you can't be you can't help others unless you can, you're firing on all cylinders, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think that's why they tell you to put the oxygen mask on first on planes, isn't it? Because you can't help anyone else if you've got nothing there.
Exactly. Now, ladies, I know that I work you too hard, but how about in 2 weeks' time? Because I know that we're going to be doing, gemstone special each month. Kirsten Ford has asked, could we do an essential oil live as well? So why don't we
talk about that
time? Yeah. Okay.
It's only me anyway, isn't it? Let's be honest. Of course.
Yeah. Amber Redmond says some people have become agoraphobic since the lockdown. Not her, however. Glad to hear it. Really glad to hear it.
Well, funnily enough, last weekend, I realised on Monday that I hadn't been out of the house for 3 days. Friday, Saturday and Sunday, just hadn't. I've been in the garden, just been out to the garden, but not even for very long. The weather was terrible, so I couldn't even get out in the garden. I hadn't even realised that I hadn't been out of the house for 3 days.
How long does it take you to get the nails out the wood where you'd locked yourself in with that man?
But you kind of get used to it, don't you? You kind of get so used to being in lockdown, not going out. You just kind of,
I'm a great walker. Me and my kids, or my kids and I, we love walking. And today I think I must have walked for 4 hours around the different places I went. My kids could walk for miles, and even though my legs hurt now, I feel so inspired when I'm walking. And this morning, when I woke up at 6 this morning to have half an hour before I got the kids up, I went out into the garden, and just the pure silence of, I closed my eyes and listening to the sounds of the sky, the birds, the trees, and it's connecting to your senses. And that's why I went to Italy and bought the essential oils, because it connected to my senses, and I knew it would. And of course, the citrus essential oils that we've got in the shop as well, they connect to your nervous system. They're antibacterial, they're antiviral, so they help against infections, and they help with colds and flu and things like that. But what are we doing? Frankie Payne says, I love being outdoors and walking in nature and taking in nature. What are we doing about the Q&A? How do you want to do the Q&A for the club members with question and answers on Saturday night then?
Just send them in. Send them any way you like. You know that we'll answer. We're always here if anyone needs anything.
Yeah, and we'll have Leslie on standby as well.
Of course, yeah. We'll just ask Leslie.
I think what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of prescription for the club members, and then we'll bring a summing up of it onto the Lengro Live on Saturday at 9 o'clock as well. What do you think?
Yeah, but we've got so much other stuff going on Saturday night on our live. I just don't want to miss out on anything.
I know.
I'm going to fit it all in.
Absolutely. So Nikki's saying, I don't think you can see my comments. Let me see what you've said, Nikki. Hold on a second. Nikki. I'm looking for your comment, Nikki.
Kirsten loves pine needles. Joe Barnett, I love sitting in the garden listening to the birds. Yeah, I love that as well, especially first thing in the morning.
I think Nikki's just saying. Hello, Nikki. I can't see your comment, but I'm so sorry. Does Leslie come onto the lives visually? No, Leslie is the most beautiful looking woman. I can put a picture up of her on Saturday night, but she doesn't like coming on camera. We keep trying to get her on, don't we?
But she's always there supporting, and she's always there at our lives. She's there.
And so let's be honest, she can't get a word in edgeways anyway, can she?
Somebody also did comment as well that they didn't like online shopping. with our shop that we've got at clairepetulengro.tv in association with Leslie as well. It's not like online shopping. If you message Leslie and put the code Lengro as well, then you don't have to look around. You tell her what your wants and needs are, and she'll prescribe it and find the one exact thing or the mojo bag for you and whatever you need. So you really, really don't need to worry about that. But Leslie, maybe if you could gather some of the questions for us as well on the comments and let us know. I know that the girls' night tomorrow will go through the comments from this live and get as many as we can to answer in the club, and then do a summary as well on the Lengro Live if we can find time as well. But to also find time, we've got the lovely Amanda Waring back on Saturday night. I can't wait to see what she's going to do.
Absolutely. Do you know what? I could listen to that woman talk for hours, because her ceremonies as well are amazing, and especially because they make you lose crystals in the garden. I mean, well, that was just my experience. Obviously, you don't have to bury them. It just makes sure you know where you have.
But Frankie Payne would like to know, can you put blood orange in your drink? All of the essential oils that I sell, that you buy from my website, are able to be taken internally. I can't say that about other shops' essential oils, but that's why I bought the ones that I did. Would you like to explain, Sam?
Yeah, 100%. Normally, I would say no, just don't do it. Don't put it in your food, drink, anything else, just purely because they can be toxic. You can't guarantee that they are 100% organic. With Claire's oil, you can absolutely 100% guarantee they are organic and they will do you no harm whatsoever. Yeah. So, I mean, I have them everywhere anyway. My favourite is the green lemon at the moment. I'm still on green lemon, not sure why. But so, yeah, if I wanted to put that in my drink, 100% I could do. I could put it in food if I'd run out of lemon essence, perhaps. Yeah, you can use it.
I'm going to tell you, Frank,
go off, Sam.
They don't go off, no.
Okay.
They can lose their smell slightly when they're mixed. They will go off. Obviously, when they're mixed with carrot oil, the carrot oil will go off. But the actual essential oil, no.
When we do an oil special as well, I will make up a little montage of the videos of me going to visit Nino, who you guys will fall in love with. He was very, very cute, wasn't he, girl?
Because you're going to take us there next year when we can safely travel to Italy. We're all going.
Well, going to Sicily.
Yeah, we just throw her under the bus now. Yeah, you're taking us, Claire. Yeah, that's what I said.
You never have to ask me twice to go on a trip. But actually, in the at the citrus farm, when I went into the amazing building where everything is done, in bags next to where they take the essential oils, they've got the fruit going into bags to come to English supermarkets. So you can see it labeled up for Sainsbury's, for Lidl's, for various things. And then they take the skin, of the essential oil, and they press it, and it all goes into the fridges. And it is also fresh. There's nothing in it that isn't ingestible as well. So they're not made in a factory somewhere in England. They are made in the sunshine, in the organic soil of Mount Etna as well. An amazing journey as well. So I think
sorry, Claire, I can see Frankie's comment saying what the benefits. For any oil at all, if you look back at the past issues of Lengro, they're obviously all free online. I have done the majority of oils and a good chunk of any emotional issues or physical issues that you may have. So you can always just jump on there. But any citrus oil is absolutely ideal for mood lifting. It is one of those, or any of the citrus oils are ones that literally give you a kick up the backside. They are amazing.
I think it's really odd that 2 months before the coronavirus was public news, that rather than any other oils, I bought antibacterial and antiviral ones, which is what citrus fruits are as well. I wasn't ignoring you. Probably annoying you. It's okay, says Nikki. I was saying I wear a clear quartz and rose quartz bracelets, and now carry some of your crystals in my pocket. Well, I hope that you feel the love that I put in them and bless them with for you as well, because we love having you on here, Nikki, as well. So we love having everyone here, don't we?
We do indeed.
Yeah, we love reading all the comments. Yeah.
Can you just read this one though, please, as well, Jack?
Yep. Kirsten Ford says, I'm off to learn an Amazon tribe song on Zoom with Global Sisterhood. Thank you for this evening. See you all Saturday. Yeah, see you Saturday. Thank you for watching, Kirsten.
Yeah, we've had an amazing time. So I think that's about it to wrap it up tonight, don't you, ladies?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me try.
I don't really want to bore anyone with any of our other tangents. I don't think there's anything that we need to. Apart from Claire taking us to Sicily, obviously.
Let's ask Leslie, before we go, Leslie, is there anything else that you would like us to say on your behalf? There's a beautiful face. Look, there it is. We'll let Leslie have the last word tonight, shall we? Come on.
Yes,
we'll wait for Leslie.
Especially as she's now just going to take all my wages. Like 100%. There's so much nice stuff in her shop. It is dangerous if you have a shopping habit, as I do. But they're so beautiful. They really, really are. And obviously that's where I got my moon from, if anyone wanted to know where I got that one from.
Yeah.
Not off the moon tree.
No, not off a moon tree, which is unfortunate. I'd quite like one of them in the garden.
Oh, I'm very disappointed.
The crystal.
Now, Sam.
We're waiting for Leslie. Give Leslie the last word, because she never normally gets a word in edgeways with all of us, does she? Amber Red didn't like my Shrek cup. Thank you very much. Honey, of all the cups for Honey to bring me a cup of tea. And look, Leslie says this. Go on, Jack. Oh, hold on. Jack, go on. Read this one.
Yep, Leslie says, thank you all for your lovely comments and support. It means a lot. And thank you for yours, Leslie.
Yes, we appreciate it.
I thought she was just going to say, quote Lengro and spend £20 or more. And you're going to have a surprise gift. Well, hey, just say thank you then. don't push. Cool. Do you know, that's what it's all about, isn't it? I've had another great night with you all as well. It's my day and evening off with my babies tomorrow, and I can't wait to spend some time with them. And I'm seeing my little nephew, well, my niece who I raised. She's now 28. Her little boy is 2, and he's called Leighton. And I'm spending some time with them in between clients. And then when the kids get back home from school, it's mum and daughter's time as well. So I can't wait for Friday and then a busy Saturday. But God bless you all, and thank you so much for joining us. All right.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.